Hi, so today I'm going to be reviewing the test taking guidelines and expectations just to see what some of the protocols are for delivering assessments to clients. So, the term that they use for clients during this whole thing is test takers, so that can cover a broad range of individuals, whoever's taking the test. And I have previously given tests before assessments in my current job. So I have given SOL tests and I've proctored SOL tests. And so I did know a little bit about some of the procedures beforehand, but there were a few that surprised me that I didn't know about, and I'll go over those shortly too. But some of the main ones go over the rights and responsibilities of the test taker. So it's important before taking a test taker or client through an assessment that you go over all of these protocols beforehand, so that way they know their responsibilities, they know their rights, and they know what's expected of them during the test. So you're going to want to get an informed consent form from them, just stating that they understand that you've talked through all this stuff with them and that they know what's expected of them and how they can go about getting their information if they need it. Okay, so you're also going to prepare the test taker ahead of time too. So you're going to walk them through what this test is for, why they're getting it, and who could have access to this test. You're also going to treat them with respect. All people should be treated with equal respect and no discrimination. If they have a disability, then you're going to want to accommodate for that, and you're going to want to plan ahead of time for that disability as well. You're also going to want to make sure that the tests are used properly and to professional standards. So you don't want to just give them any random test. You want to make sure that this test is going to be measuring what is needed for them. You want to make sure that you follow the standards of your state and of your company, so that way you can give them the test that they're supposed to get and not some other test. Alright, you also want to inform your test takers of what the test is going to entail. How long is it going to be? Is it going to be online? Is it going to be on paper and pencil? What kind of questions are there going to be? Is it going to be multiple choice? Is it going to be on a scale, like a Likert scale? So those type of questions can help prepare the individual for the test before they take it. Also, you need to let them know what they can and cannot have in the testing environment before they take the test. So a lot of times, like with SOL tests, you can't have any other electronic devices other than your laptop. And you can't bring your own stuff. You can't bring your own pencil or paper or anything. All that stuff is going to be provided for you. So you have to make sure that the test taker knows what they can and cannot bring, or else it could be an infraction. Like with SOLs, it's called an infraction. So you'd have to make sure you follow the rules and laws, because it can be pretty costly if you don't. You also want them to know if there's an option to retake the test. A lot of times with SOLs, again, you can retake the test and try and get a better score. And so you'll be prepared ahead of time for that. And I didn't know, I guess it makes sense with SOL tests that they can be prepared ahead of time to get a better score, but I didn't know that could be used for all tests, just because I thought you'd want to get a more accurate result with their test. But it does kind of make sense that they should get another chance, especially if they have testing anxiety and other factors that may contribute to them getting a lower score than they were hoping for. So some of the other things that you need to keep in mind is you need to let them know if this test will cost any money, if there's any confidentiality risk to it, who can view their test results, and how they can gain access to the results as well. So there's a lot that goes into giving somebody a test, and it's very important that you review all the testing guidelines and protocols in your state and for that test in particular. It's important that you read over the manual for the test ahead of time, so that way you know what to expect, and you also can see if there's any other forms to help others with disabilities, because all test takers have the right to be able to take the test and have it pertain to them in a manner that they can understand it. So especially with those who have disabilities or don't have English as their first language. So those are the main points for the testing guidelines, and I will include the reference below for my source. But the main citation would be guest singer et al., no date. And it would be rights and responsibilities of test takers, guidelines and expectations.